myself from the screen there. Alright. Okay. Right now I'm a little worried because the shoes, they're my nice Japanese kangaroo leathered shoes, and I don't want to get them dirty. But I got to match with my fit and what I have right now, and the only other shoes that I have at my pop's house is not gonna work. So, um, you might notice the pants, the socks are over the pants. If you know why that is, you'll know, you know. We're gonna be doing something special today. It is July 4th, and I'm gonna go ahead and visit my friend. I also don't want to put my feet down as much because I don't want to get my shoes dirty from skidding. Alright, we'll try it here because I tried cycling on the road and that audio was horrendous. Today I plan to tell my best friend, my long life best friend, that I'm trans. Um, I honestly think it's too loud to even record in places like this. I put my socks like that because you gotta make
so
sure that
get stuck on your fucking
yeah,
shit.
you already know, like I
Yeah, brother. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
dude. Thank you for coming through, man. She's
Yeah.
sick as fuck, dude.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, no, my bad. I had to keep fucking waiting and shit, dude. That's just.
No, I
Yeah,
was waiting patient. I was like, you know what? I see his car
No,
there.
I'm
I'm
glad
chilling,
you fucking knocked. I'm like, I'm like, wait. Like, did I fucking hear someone? Because my cat knocks sometimes. They're like, oh, no, I don't want
Really?
to deal with
Oh.
that fucking cat, dude. Because he actually does knock and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
then when you start knocking,
Let him in, bro. Like, let him in.
Because he bugs, bro. He fucking bugs like a motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, dude. Whenever you want, to just come through, dude. That's fucking sick as fuck. They come and fucking check up on us and shit, dude. That's fucking
Yeah.
tight.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you were happy about it, man.
Yeah, man, that's
But yeah,
fucking cool.
I'll talk to you or see you tomorrow.
No, that's fucking tight,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, you already know, man. You're always welcome here, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Whatever, and you know, fuck, we'll make time, and you know, thankfully, you know, I don't
Mañana,
fucking.
yeah, definitely we'll hang out
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I'm down, bro. Oh yeah.
Hey, there.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
we'll keep in touch, bro. Drive safe, man, and just let me know.
Yeah.
You got my number now, so you can just hit me up and shit, dude.
I'll message you today or tomorrow about like a specific time.
Yeah.
Text you, yeah.
Sounds good, brother.
Yeah, thanks. So, oh my god. I wanted to, but I feel like it wasn't time. I woke him up and um, we decided to go to an old burger spot that like many of us used to go to back in high school. Got breakfast there, brought it back to his house, and we started watching Squid Games. And I don't know. I don't watch the second season of Squid Games, so it was new to me. But I thought I saw the episode, and he says we're on the second episode of the second season. And if you know anything about the second episode of the second season, there's a character that gets revealed as trans, and we're there just like talking, and we're eating food, and then that scene comes up where uh, one of the characters mentions that this other character kind of looks like it's from the other gender. It later admits in that same scene that they are trans. And at that point, I thought that was just very ironic because of how I felt and how I wanted to tell him. I didn't want to tell him in that moment, but in that time, it really made me feel like, oh man, when I do tell him tomorrow, this is gonna be very, oh man, I'm just so nervous. He did say something. He said the words trans. He said, I guess before they released that scene, there was a close-up image of the individual who we saw that was trans, and um, he was confused, saying like, is that a he or a she? And I didn't want to comment anything, and I didn't say anything. So he's like, he says, I think it's a he, and then I just didn't say anything because I just don't want to say anything. Later, when we see that we find out that the character is trans, he said the word, "Oh, he's trans," and um, that was just a funny feeling. Like, well, he understands, and he didn't make fun of it. And again, we were kind of just not really paying attention and paying attention at the same time of what's going on in the video. But I feel like that's gonna cement the idea of this character with what I'm gonna say tomorrow. Well, thank you. Happy 4th. Happy 4th.
What up, bruh?
What up? I ate the Chinese food from yesterday.
Oh.
I finally got the action cam to work. Alright, I'm blocking this door because I don't know how it gets locked, but I'm about to tell my friend, and it's hilarious because um, earlier in the day when I was hanging out with him, he was saying he's having a hard time seeing, and um, just right now, like less than 3 or 4 minutes ago, we were diagonally across the street. We had to remove his car because we had to pay um, to redo the parking fee, and we figured we'd get a spot that's closer to here. So um, he's diagonal. We have that diagonal crosswalk, and to the opposite side, um, he was like squinting, and he's like, "Oh, I like that girl," and I'm like, "Which one?" And he said, "The one that's next to the red pants." And I looked, and from a distance, I could kind of see who he was talking about, and he was talking about a trans woman, and I kind of knew that, and I asked him again, like, "Who did you say?" And he said, "Yeah, that girl over there. Something about the way she looks, like her body, like, but I can't really tell how she looks." And I just laughed because I'm like, "What do you mean you can't tell? But you say you like her?" And she's like, "Oh, and it's just the way her figure is." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So the light turns green, and then we start to walk diagonally, and we meet in the center. As we're getting closer, he says, "Oh, never mind." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he says, "Oh, he's a trans." And I'm like, "Oh." And it was just that. It was a short conversation. It wasn't. I wanted to see what he would say. I wanted to see if it would get worse, as far as like interrogating or making fun of, but he didn't. He just ended there. Oh, restroom. The restroom. So I'm about to tell him. It's July 6th. And I'm gonna go ahead and visit another friend. We're about to eat lunch together. Oh, it's super hot. I had this thermometer here, and it says it's like 130 in here. Really hot. It's 106 outside. Okay. Okay. I told my friend, and he was positive about it. He, I remember I told him not to say anything for 5 minutes, to just hear me out, because I wanted to tell him exactly what type of person I was. Um, because I'm not sure if everybody knows all the terms and lingo from the trans community. And I was telling him that I'm basically a transgender, gender fluid person, and explaining to him what that means. A person that enjoys being a boy and also enjoys being a girl, and not always wanting to be one or the other all the time, but switching back and forth based off the day, the week, the month, the weather, how their hair fell when they woke up in the morning. And I remember when I very first told him the words, I am trans. He had his mouth open, like he couldn't say anything. And I remembered that I told him not to say anything for 5 minutes. So I was there staring at him dead in the eye for about 5 or 6 seconds until I realized that I should have been the one that continued talking. So I did. And then I told him just a few quick notes on examples of euphoria, and how the differences in euphoria between masculinity and femininity are things that I enjoy. Both things. I can't decide one over the other, because there are some certain factors that play that the masculinity takes over the femininity. And at the very end, he basically mentioned to me that it doesn't matter, man. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. And I thought that was nice. I am happy. He was just curious as to what I thought I was thinking he was gonna say. And honestly, I told him that I planned for the worst. I planned for a rejection, but the type of rejection I feel like coming from him wouldn't have been a serious, like, aggressive rejection. It might have been something like, oh, could you keep this to yourself type of rejection. And possibly not wanting to hang out after that is what I would have thought of the worst. So he was kind of trying to understand, like, why do you feel like you have to hide? And I kind of told him there's just bad people out there. There are people out there that just don't like trans people. I know it's hard to believe, and maybe that's why he asked. But I didn't know what kind of person he would come out to be. We are living in a time where it's most important, and I wanted him to know, and just to see what his reaction was, because it could have well based my whole persona on talking to anybody about this. But he made me realize that cis people are also confused on why you had to hide in the first place. So that was kind of nice. I didn't think about that they would think about that. And he had his girlfriend who I also told right there and then. And as I was explaining, she her very first question was, uh, "Do you do makeup?" And I continued my statements because it was kind of a she kind of mentioned it as I was talking. So um, I told I told her after I finished my statement that yes, I do my own makeup, and it's fun, and it's hard, and now I understand and appreciate why it takes longer, almost an hour for girls to get ready. I totally understand. It's a skill, and I told my friend, my best friend, like you try to put eyeliner on. It is very difficult to try to put eyeliner on if you've never had. To try to keep your eye steady, still open, or even down. Um, it's fun. It's fun, and it's a fun challenge, and it's one of the many things why I like. And he asked me as well, why uh, do you feel like you have to start HRT basically? As I told him what that was, basically mentioning like why not just do it for the clothes? And I told him that's a great question, and I think um, for me at least, it started that way. It started with the idea of just clothes, but it quickly became euphoric with just skincare and then nail care and then activities just um, manifested slowly over time and just became the feeling of just wanting more, wanting the experience, the feeling, and the physical mass of being present in what I feel would be just right. He kind of also agreed. He's like, "Well, yeah, you got to do what you got to do. You know, it's not wrong. You know, you should explore." So it was nice having that conversation because I didn't think he would chime in on certain topics. I thought it was just going to be myself and my thoughts being spoken.